welcome back to my channel. Hope you all are well and I hope you all are doing great. Today I'm going to talk to you all about driving in the UK. So I'm going to tell you guys my story of how I got my provisional license and then how I passed my theory test, how I've been practicing, learning about, the UK roads and the road sign, the highway codes and everything in between. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If this is the first time of checking out this channel, hello and welcome. My name is Vivian and I run What Mommy Loves. On here, I share everything that I love, really. And yeah, if you can check out my previous videos to see something that would actually spike your interest. Please do not forget to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into this video. First things first, I used to drive previously back home in Nigeria. I used to drive, but then I moved to the UK and I just left it because I felt like, oh, there would always be time to do it. So I didn't even get like an international driving license because I was I didn't know the roads, number one, and I just didn't feel like driving. I don't know why, but I didn't feel like driving. It just didn't feel like something I wanted to do at the time. So a few years went by and I soon realized that, okay, it's time to hit the road again. So this year I made it a mission to actually get my driving license and pass my test and start driving. So at the start of the year in January, I went online, booked for my the form. Yeah, so I had the form, the provisional license. I completed the form. I can't remember if I completed the form online or I went to the post office to get the form, but I know that somehow I had the form and I filled the form and then I put my passport picture on the form and submitted it with proof of identity document as well. And so I submitted it, I sent it back to DVLA, and after about 2 weeks DVLA returned they sent me a letter to say that they were going to send me my driving license within a week or two or something like that. Sorry, it's really vague because that was January, this is May, so let's continue with the story really. So anyway, they sent me the provisional license some weeks later and I was overjoyed because this is something that I've been wanting to get, but I just didn't make the first move. That kind of thing when you just slack about something for a long time. Anyway, there's a background story to that, but we can get to that story some other time. So yeah, I got the provisional license and I decided to start studying for the whole theory test. And so yeah, after I got the provisional license, I kind of slacked again. And I was like, oh, do I want to drive? Okay, even if I drive, what should I drive? Manual, automatic? I started with the automatic. I know how to drive automatic in Nigerian road, especially Abuja road, really. So I was like, okay, yeah, I know how to drive automatic. But driving in the UK is a different ball game because everybody seems sensible on UK streets than in the Nigerian streets, because Nigerian driving is different. If you can drive in Nigeria, in fact, if you can drive in Lagos, then you should be able to drive anywhere else, So yeah, well, I used to live in Abuja at some point, and so I used to drive in Abuja, and I've driven in Lagos a few times, but primarily in Abuja. So if you don't know Abuja is one of the states in Nigeria. Yeah, so back then I had this lovely PT Cruiser. I still gush about that car because it was yellow and so cute. I used to maintain it, like I used to clean the inside. I had someone that used to he was on top of it. Like every week, this guy would like clean my car for me, and I would pay him. And it was a good collaboration really, because he always made sure that my car was smelling fresh and so clean. And it was yellow again, and it had just some retro vibe about it. So yeah, I missed that car so much, because it's gone to a different person now. But really, I need that car to come back in 2023 or 2024, and I would happily get it again in a different style, an upgraded style. Anyway, back to my story. So, driving in the UK, I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to drive in the UK, because the roads are, first of all, it's like a right hand drive, but in Nigeria it was a left hand drive. So that whole right hand drive thing was new to me. And then the streets have like signs everywhere, highway codes, things that you wouldn't normally see in all of the roads in Nigeria. You would see them in the UK. Like everything is proper organized, proper planned in the UK, which is good, which is fantastic. I really love that about the UK. Sometime in March, April, I decided to download some apps, because I was, searching for driving lessons to attend, but all of them were fully booked. Like they were booked till the end of the year. Imagine March, and driving schools are saying that they're booked up until like next year. It was crazy, because I thought at least I would get something in March or April. I didn't even know the reality of driving in the UK, like passing your test and all of that. So yeah, some driving schools that I got said they had spaces next year, and I was like, no way, there's no way I am delaying this driving up until next year. Like now that I've set my mind on it, I want it now. So what I did is I decided to download some apps to start practicing for the theory test. I'm just opening my phone to show you guys the first app that I downloaded. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see this, but this was the first app that I downloaded. So this app is called Theory 4-in-1, and it looks like this. Let me open it up. It looks like this. I think it's from Day Inshore. So this is how it looks. And so I started practicing with this app, but I don't know, the app was just a bit awkward. It was slow, it was awkward. Some things they'll tell you, like you need to download some things and all of that. It was just a bit of a stressful app for me, so I quit using that app. I got it for £4.99, £4.99. Yeah, so it was super cheap, but it was good. And so when I was looking at the website, I found another app that looked interesting, and it's this app from James May. Let me open it up. So this is how the app looks. This is from James May. As you can see, it says congratulations, you did it, because I indicated that I have passed my theory test. Anyway, this app is good because it's interactive. Things are done in a cartoony way, like illustrations are good. This is the illustrations, and James May is so funny. Like some things that he says, just funny. But this is how the question looks like. The question appears like this, and then you see the answers, and before you answer, it can explain the answer to you so that you can choose the right answer. So I learned a few things from him, but the downside of this app is you have to train before you can study. So there are some things that you wouldn't know, from using this app. You wouldn't even know some things until you actually click train to actually do like a mock test or something before you can actually know some things. So that was the downside of this app. The app didn't give you everything to just study at once and then do a mock test and have some retentive memory. It's a gradual thing. So I would not recommend this app for you if you're taking your test, because there's some things that you wouldn't have come across the app only works if you actually finish everything. Like if you finish like all of these lines, these two lines, if you complete those two lines, then the app will work for you. But if you have gaps in these lines, trust me, you're not ready for your theory test. You are not ready, because it simply means that there are some things that you haven't studied if you've got empty spaces like this. So you have to complete those two lines at the top before you're ready for your test. So I wasn't ready with this app, so I had to download another app. Mind you, the James May app was £4.99 as well. So the James May app is called My Theory Test. So the third app that I downloaded that is actually really fab is this one. So this one is the official DVSA theory test, and this is how it looks. I downloaded this like 1 week to my exam. 1 week to my exam. My mind, I don't know, somehow I just got this inspiration to go back to the app store to check for DVSA theory test. That is literally the angle I was going at. And so I went to the app and I found this DVSA one, because I was thinking, why don't I actually find an app from the people who set the exams? Why am I downloading apps from like other people who are like trying to make make some money off driving tests? So I decided to go to the DVSA, you know, app and get it. So this is how it looks, and I like this app because you get to study and practice. So you can click study, and study would literally show you. Okay, so you can click study, and as you can see, I completed all of my study. I did this in 1 week, guys. Trust me, I was determined. And mind you, because I had some practice from the other two apps, there were some things I remembered. And so when I did my study, it was all coming together really. And so yeah, so I passed all of the study. I made sure that I went through all of the study before my test, because I didn't want to forget anything. I wanted to pass. And when I did my mock test, before I used to get like 35 over, I think it was 50 or something. I used to get 35 and I used to fail in the mock tests. But as soon as I finished like practicing with this app, I started getting like 40, 44, 45, 48. My highest was 48 over 50. So I knew that I was ready for my theory test. So yeah, now after I knew that I was ready for my theory test, I then, I had booked a test already on the 5th of May was my theory test date. So I took a cab, I took a taxi straight, an Uber really. I took an Uber straight to the test place, and I got there on time. But before it was my time to go in, they said I could go in earlier than my time that I booked. But I said, you know what, chill, let me practice again to be sure, because I don't want to come back here and do this test again. So I practiced, and in the mock test that I practiced, I passed again. I got like 48. So I knew that, okay, yes, fine. Our retention memory is on point. Yes. Also, sorry, there's another thing that you need to do. You also have hazard perception test as well. So there's some clips that would play, something like this. Some clips will play, and then you have to click all of the hazards before it happens. And I was always passing the hazard perception test, because the secret to do this is to click it on time. So you have to click the hazard on time. If you wait too long, you get low marks or you get nothing. And if you click too many times, you get nothing. So just click once or twice and that's it really. Okay, so that was the hazard perception test. I also passed that one in my mock test, so I was ready for my exam. So I went in. The man took me to like a cubicle. He just showed me the way to go to a cubicle. where there's like a computer, a desktop computer, and headphones. So I didn't want, an audio version of the test. I wanted to just read and pass, because that was what I was doing. I was reading and passing. I didn't use audio, so I didn't choose audio. So I did my theory test. I think I was allocated 55 minutes or 60 minutes for the whole test. It's like multiple choice questions. So I did that first, and then I did the hazard perception test, and I was really confident that I was going to pass. I knew, I was confident, because when you see repeated questions that you've already practiced before, when you see them, you just know the answer already. Like, you don't even need to read too much. You just know that, okay, this sounds like the answer. You just click A, or you click B, C, D, like that. So it was multiple choice questions. I really enjoyed those questions. And then I did a hazard perception test. I clicked all the hazards, the way I saw them. And when I finished, it was like 5 more minutes to go. So I finished on time, because once the time runs out, that's the end. If you've not finished your exam, that is it. You've lost points, you've lost marks. So try to finish on time before the time runs out. My one was like 5 minutes left, really. So that means I spent quite a bit of time on that whole session. Okay, so when I finished, I left the place, and they told me to, take, another thing is, before you enter, you drop all of your bag, everything, your wristwatch, everything, you drop it in a locker. And so when I finished my test, I went to the locker to get all of my stuff. They asked me to wait for the result. And so when I waited, I was like, oh my gosh, fingers crossed. Oh, I said a prayer. I was like, oh God, please, I don't want to come back here. Please, let me just pass. And so the lady just said, okay, fine. She not mentioned my name. When she smiled, I just knew that, okay, this is good. This is a good sign. So when I saw it, I was so excited. I saw that I had passed. So can you see congratulations right here? Can you see that? Congratulations. And this is my results. I got 46 out of 50. And then 47 out of 75 in the hazard perception test, and then 46 out of 50 in the theory test. So I was overjoyed, really happy. I passed, excited. And so I called an Uber again to take me home, because I had to do the school run. So yeah, I had to take an Uber back home. Oh, I was so happy. And so, yeah, that is the story of how I passed the theory test. So if you want to pass your theory test, just download the DVSA theory test app. Please just save yourself extra £4.99 for any other app. Just download the DVSA theory test. I'm not even sponsored to say this, but I found it really helpful to me, and I know it's going to help so many of you. As long as you complete all of the study and you get 100% in all of the study, go and book your test, guys. You're ready. You are ready. And as long as you pass the hazard perception test as well, you're ready. Just go and do your test. If you have not finished, you are not ready. You might fail. So yeah, that's it for that. I don't know if I should tell you the story about the insurance in this video, or if I should create a different video for this topic. Yeah, I'll create a different video for this topic, because it's going to last another good 10 minutes or so for that. But yeah, so anyway, if you want to know about my insurance and how I got a car, the challenges I faced and all of that, click on my next video. I'm going to do that in my next video. Anywho, I'm so happy that I passed my theory test, and right now I'm working on passing my driving test. There's this YouTube channel called Advanced Driving, And they're so good because they have lots of videos on driving and, how to pass your test, show me, tell me signs, all those kind of stuff. So I'm just, learning from that YouTube channel, how to do like different maneuvers, reverse parking, driving on roundabouts, how to maintain my lanes and all of that. So yeah, if you want to learn, if you want to practice, your driving and all of that, get someone to help you. My husband, he's been so supportive. He's, been helping me practice my driving. And so yeah, get someone that can, support you in that. And also check out that YouTube channel, Advanced Driving. That's the channel I'm using. I also got a driving school that is also, training me. They trained me for the first time with manual transmission. And gosh, manual, I don't know how you guys are coping. All the people saying that they like manual, I think they're lying. They're obviously lying, because you just say you bought it because the car is cheaper than an automatic, and I will understand. But for you to actually tell me that you love driving manual, that is crazy. Anyway, everyone is different. I appreciate that you like driving manual. But guys, this is 2023, okay? And by 2030, all of the petrol and diesel cars will be phased out according to their plan, and they would even phase out hybrid cars from 2035. So all of the future cars will be automatic. There will be electric cars, automatic, maybe solar cars as well. I don't know where where it's going from here. Otilo, I don't know where it's going from here. But why would I want to drive manual? So I was considering manual, but after that practice of the manual car, I was like, no, manual car is not for me, because the driving instructor took me to the test route, and if I was driving an automatic, I would have passed, But because of I was learning how to clutch and not clutch, and clutch and gas and clutch and brake and change gears and all of that, it was just a bit too much. He said I did very well in the driving aspect. It was just that I needed to learn about, the whole clutching thing, and then more about the UK roads and, what to do. And that is actually what I want to learn, the UK roads. So yeah, part of why I'm paying them is to teach me the UK roads. And then we can pass our test, So yeah, I told the driving instructor, I'm going to go for an automatic driving lesson more. Like, I don't want to do manual. The future is going automatic. We need to keep pace with the future, So yeah, I'm going to have to work hard to buy an automatic car, is what it takes to drive automatic, because I'm not doing the whole manual thing. I know manual cars are cheaper, insurance is cheaper with a manual, all of that stuff, but yeah, it's not for me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I just wanted to tell you guys about my whole driving, how I started getting into this phase of driving. It's exciting, it's interesting, and it just gives you that independence to just do what you want. You don't have to wait for someone to help you do this, or you don't have to go the hard life way, public transport and all of that. It's not hard life, trust me. But it's just if you just want a bit more independence and confidence on the road, and that freedom, really, then a car is a good option. So in my next video, I'll tell you guys more about my decision, how I went from manual to automatic, and also I'll tell you guys about insurance. I'll tell you guys about cars, those sites I went to check for a car and all of that. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please do not forget to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. I post videos regularly, and I would love to have you join the channel. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.